Okay, Aquarius. Let's get it going. I'm just burning some Palo Santo here because one, I need to wake up. I'm a little tired. And two, I need to expand my lungs because they feel a little tight. I don't eat dairy. I feel like Aquarius is the perfect person, well, perfect zodiac sign to have this conversation with. I got all this black soot on my fingers now. But I'm going to shuffle as I go. So, I literally ordered Starbucks. I went to Starbucks yesterday just to get like a oat milk coffee. I don't even drink coffee. I'm a tea person, not even a coffee person. I told them no dairy. I told them oat milk. I told them no whipped cream. Like, we told them like several times and they still put dairy. So I am like tight chest now, congested, over 1 cup of dairy. I don't consume dairy. I'm complete vegan and it really, really messed me up. So I'm like breathing a little heavier than usual. I gotta take deeper breaths and talk a little slower. Like, and it's just really, really, really frustrating and annoying. So I don't do dairy. Dairy's not for me, apparently. So I just shuffled. I'm going to go ahead and perceive your reality using the small deck of cards, which is pretty much just going to allow us to dive into the details of what's going on in your reality. And through the bigger deck of cards, which is these cards, we're pretty much just going to dive into confirmations. So anything that we saw through these deck of cards, we're going to confirm them through this deck of cards. And that could be confirmed through the exact same card or a similar energy that is saying pretty much the same thing. So with that being said, let's dive into your reality, Aquarius. Before I start, I know there's a few people that actually, there's this one, and I hate that when I can't see I can't see who's watching sometimes. So I be like, oh, let me put this person in. And they're like, yeah, I'm already here. So I hope I just didn't do that with that girl. But she definitely, I just definitely want to send it to her. And one more person. I guess I'll just send it to this person as well. Because, I don't know, I just felt the need to send it to another Aquarius. I'll send it to this Aquarius as well. All right, so I sent it to a couple Aquarius. It's just getting the ball rolling here. All right, I give thanks. Thank you for being here with me. Let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and flip through the whole deck. Whatever falls, I'm going to perceive it. If enough falls, then that may just be it. But if I have to go again, then I'll go again. And then we move into the big confirmation cards. So let's just see what's going on in your reality, Aquarius. I'm like, did a card flip? No, it's like it flipped and then it flipped back. Interesting. I saw what card it was too, but it doesn't matter because it didn't fall. So we wait for the ones to fall or to flip. So let's see. Those fell. Nothing. Sometimes they feel like they're flipping in my hand, but they're not. This card, not these, because that was a lot of cards that just fell, but these cards fell. So this card actually, and it was like all here, like leaning. I wish you could see more of me. I might have to just push this back a little bit so you could see more of me. Push the cards down. I'm working with a little bit of space here because I'm not home with my stand. So let's see. Okay, so we flipped through it once. Let's see what we have here. I do see the Hermit card here. Anytime, I always say that. It's not even the Hermit card. It's the 5 of Cups. So just be mindful that I did say Hermit and it wasn't Hermit. It was the 5 of Cups. This is literally the card that I'm looking at, but it is reversed. So this is how I'm seeing it, or this is the energy that I'm seeing. Pretty much when I see this card here, it just literally represents the fact that you have 5 cups and yes, you lost 3, but there's 2 behind you. But do you see the energy of the person and what they're focusing on? They're focusing on what they lost and not what they gained. Do you understand? Now, in this situation here, being that the card is reversed, I feel like maybe what you gained, you may also feel like that's still like a loss. So, but in the end, the person is literally focusing, like they're drawing their energy into it. It almost feels like a hollow victory in a sense. Like the Ace of Swords should have popped up, to be honest, with this situation, because it just seems as if, like, no matter how you're looking at the situation, it's kind of like it is what it is. It's one of those things where it is what it is. Like, literally, that's what I'm getting from this card, at least. So the message behind it is don't stress, focus, or dive into the energy. Don't soak and into the abyss of the energy. Just be mindful of it, acknowledge it, and then, you know, continue with your life. So that way you're not feeling stuck in that moment. Now, we have this card here, which is Five of Swords. So I just want to acknowledge that Five of Cups popped up. Now Five of Swords popped up. So five is literally the back. Five is the back of the body, and my back is killing me right now. Like, I'm even leaning in just to talk because my back is really hurting. So five represents the back, and five also represents Leo. So I just wanted to literally point that out. Now the swords represents air signs, and you are an air sign, Aquarius. So definitely talking about you in this situation. And then what I'm even seeing here, once again, we're talking about losing out and still gaining, right? And even here, we were talking about it, losing out, but we still gain something. We still have something. So in this sense, but this card was reversed, right? So this one is regular. We lost 2 swords, but we still have our 3 swords. But just be mindful of the energy of the card, Aquarius. This is what I want you to acknowledge and recognize, is the energy of the card. Like, what do you see here? Like, yeah, like you have these 3 swords, but look at these 2 people walking away. It's like they dropped their swords because they're not trying to actually dive into the energy with you. It's almost as if, like, listen, I don't want a sword fight with you. I'll leave my sword here on the floor. You can hold as many swords as you want, but I don't want a sword fight with you. I'd rather walk away. And that's pretty much what I'm seeing in this energy here. And I don't know if it's you or just your reality or people around you, but that's just what I'm seeing, or at least in this situation, in this time of your reality, at least. So we have 5, 8, that's just me counting, but we have the 8 of Wands here, right? And Wands is represented by the fire sign. Fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it's reversed. So when I see it like this, I'm usually like, oh my God, there's like so many problems flying into your reality. But right now, it's like they're actually flying out of your reality. Like, all these problems are just kind of like going away with itself, if that makes sense. They're kind of just like away with, you know? So that's pretty much what's happening in this card, at least. Now, being that I just perceived this card this way, I'm looking back at these 2 cards, and I'm just really acknowledging the fact that this may have been something of the past. Like, not something that you're really dealing with right now, but this may have been something of the past, only because of the fact that this card is representing all the problems going away, and this card is literally representing, like, soaking in the problems, walking away from the problems. Now the problems are gone. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing, at least in totality. So let's go ahead and proceed. Gonna go ahead and flip through the deck one more time, and then we're gonna go ahead and move into the confirmation cards. I have no idea why I'm doing that. So we got 1 card here. All right. We have 1 card here. I don't think we need to dive into it anymore. We got the Hierophant reversed. This card is represented by Taurus. Aquarius, I don't know why Taurus is popping up into your reality, but I just want to acknowledge once again 5, 5, the third one, Taurus card, 5. Taurus literally falls in the 5th month, which is May. 5. I have no idea why 3 5s popped up. Why? I have no idea why 3 5s popped up, but even on this card, there's a 5, but that number is really 8. But these cards are legit. Like, I didn't even know there was this many 5s. Like, is there more 5s in the deck of cards or something? Because I didn't even know that there was this many 5s, but I just really wanted to acknowledge the fact that there was 1, 2, 3 5s in here. And sheesh. Just be mindful of a Taurus popping up in your reality. Be mindful of the number 5 in your reality, or somebody maybe that's a Taurus that was born in the month of May, or a Taurus that was born on the 5th. So just be mindful of all of those things, because they're all connecting to this energy here. This card here usually represents like the teaching, or like the guiding of something. And that's pretty much what you see in this card here, but it's like reversed. So I want to say, like, if somebody is trying to teach or guide you, that's not what I'm getting, actually. What I'm really getting is that maybe you're teaching and guiding. Maybe you're embodying the Taurus energy and you're like teaching and guiding someone through something right now. And that's why the card is just popping up. I do want to go through the deck one more time just to see what else we pull, because I only pulled 4 cards, and usually I pull at least 5 or more, or 6 or more. At least. Like, 4 cards is a little really vague for me. Even for me to say, it's a little vague. Alright, we got 6 here. I'm going to continue to go through the deck, though. Sometimes I finish, sometimes I don't finish going through the deck. But I don't like to cut a deck in half. So, like, if I started to search for energy, I like to finish the deck off to make sure that we didn't miss that. Are we good? Am I still here? Because I don't know if I'm still here. But okay. I think I'm still here. So, I have 3 more cards here. This one's the Hangman, Ace of Pentacles, and 2 of Swords. And it's so interesting because when I'm perceiving the cards, like, even me sometimes, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm looking at this, like, it is looking like rocket science to me. Like, what's going on in your reality? Like, I couldn't even put it together, like, if it was a puzzle piece. It makes no sense to me. But I know that as I'm speaking about it, I know that you're probably sitting there, Aquarius, like, yeah, that's my reality. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the Hangman, what I'm getting from that energy of the Hangman is that I'm not really getting anything bad per se, like this card here. I'm not really getting anything bad. I'm just getting that, you're just hopping into a different state of mind within yourself. Um and that's pretty much what that is, what I'm seeing from that. And I'm seeing it because it's more so pertaining to your growth. And other people may not see what or why you're doing it, but you know what or why you're doing it. What or why. Why is that so what or why they doing it? I don't know why that was like I don't want to say a tongue twister because whatever. Now we got like Ace of Pentacles here. So that's pretty much saying like the abundance is coming in. And also, like, because it came right after the Hangman, it's almost as if like the Hangman is influencing your decision making on your finances, and then your finances popped up. So your decision making is influencing your finances, and that's why the Ace of Pentacles popped up to prove that. Pardon me, I like spaced for a second. Wow, yeah, I did space for a second. So like 2 of Swords popped up. It popped up reversed, right? Usually when I see this, I always do say like, oh my God, it reminds me of Gemini, only because it's 2 swords, and swords represents the air signs, and Gemini is an air sign. So that's usually why I say that. But in this sense here, I'm not really getting that. It is a reverse card. I'm getting like you having to make you have to make a lot of blind decisions, or you have to make like decisions that you can't even think thoroughly through right now, because of like a lot that's going on in your reality, or like heavy emotions because of the water that's behind the person, because of all this water. So that's pretty much what I'm getting, at least from that card. that there's just like a lot of things that you are dealing with right now, Aquarius, and you have to just be able to um perceive your reality clearly, so you're not making what do they call it, decision fatigue. So you're not falling into decision fatigue, pretty much. So let's dive into the bigger deck of cards real quick, Aquarius. We're going to go ahead and pull some confirmation cards on your reality and just confirm the energy, and let's just get that magnifying glass out and see what we should be focusing on. So let's get it going, Aquarius. The High Priestess, that's the highest card in the deck, like most powerful card. One of my really close friends got it. Thank you for telling me, iPhone. So some news is coming in. We don't know if it's good or bad news, but there is some news coming in. When I see this card here, this card is so powerful. Like when I see this card, I look at it as you have the power in your hands. That's how I look at this card. When I see this card and this card is talking about it could be good or bad news, I look at it like it could be good or bad news depending on how you respond to your reality, you react to your reality, and depending on how you manifest into your reality. If you're sitting there worried, like, oh my God, there's things is about to happen, and then things start to happen, like, don't be mad because that's the energy that you were putting out there. That's the thing that you were focusing on. But if you start to focus on, no, I know like everything's good, like I'm not worried about anything, like everything's pretty much just flourishing for me, and then you start to see your life flourish, well, then that's because you was accepting, living, and being that energy that you were speaking on. So that's pretty much how I see this card. When I see this card, that's how I see it. I see it as if it's all on you and it's all up to you, and it all depends on the energy that you decide to put out there, Aquarius. So we're gonna go ahead into the deck one more time. But if nothing falls out, never mind. A message is coming. A message is coming, and I feel like it is about abundance because it popped up in the Page of Pentacles. So Page is like a messenger. So anytime I see a Page card, I'm like, yeah, it's a messenger, but it popped up in Pentacles. It wasn't Page of Wands, it wasn't Page of Swords, it wasn't Page of Cups, it was Page of Pentacles. Pentacles is pertaining to the physical reality. So anything going on in your physical reality, which is like finances or like your home or your looks or like, you know, your materialistic things, your clothes and stuff like that, the things that you care about in that sense. That's pretty much what the Pentacles is pertaining to, and that's pretty much the physical reality. It's also connected to the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So that card popped up after this card popped up. This card literally means good or bad news. This card means messenger. The confirmation that we're getting here is that there is going to be some news that's going to come in. It may have to do with it most likely will be doing with your physical reality, like your money, your fun, like I said before. And that's just pretty much what I'm getting from the confirmation cards. And honestly, like the Page of Pentacles is literally this card here. So if I had to say what confirmation was it, it was this. Like we zoomed into her hand. That's pretty much what we did. So like, and it's pretty much just like, that's what I'm seeing with the cards here. It's just pretty much just letting us know to hold on to our finances, focus on that, be smart about what we're doing with our abundance and our finances, and just be open to those opportunities and those messages that are coming in, that news that's coming in, because something is coming in for you, Aquarius. It's for sure, for certain. We have 1, 2, 3 cards that's talking about it. We have the High Priestess card here that's literally like the most powerful card in the deck, and then we have like the Hangman and the Hierophant, which are major arcana cards, and they talk about the major realities that the major aspects of your reality, and those aspects are changing. So with that change and these two cards popping up with that energy that they popped up with, talking about news and messages and stuff like that, something big is about to change in your life, pretty much. Aquarius, pretty much. We don't have to flip any more cards. We pretty much dove into your reality. That was really good for the comeback. I will be posting this on my Facebook. In the description box, my Instagram and my TikTok is there. You can follow me on both. And on TikTok, I actually go on there at least once a week, and I'll respond to everybody who asks me a question, and I'll pull a tarot card to it. But if you want to just dive into your reality personally with me, then the link is in my bio, and you can book an appointment with me. I will be posting this on my YouTube channel as well. So don't forget, Aquarius, that there is a playlist on my YouTube channel specifically made for you. And I have all the horoscopes there that have been posted throughout the entire year that I've been doing this. So with that being said, definitely look out for that. We will be back next week, and I'm sending you much love and light. We're about to dive into Pisces now.